So, there has been a series of earthquake hitting Jamaica like ever so often for the past couple years, I might say. Yes, man, and even since last year and since this year came in, I'm pretty sure that for this year, I've heard of more than 3 earthquakes. Some comes with a stronger magnitude than some. But this morning, I was on YouTube and I saw a YouTuber put out a video about a earthquake hitting Jamaica this morning. I listened for a while and then I was saying to myself, but I didn't feel any earthquake. Now I'm in the west of the island and that YouTuber is in the east of the island. And I was saying like, okay, that means it's not so much of a strong earthquake because we did not feel it in the west. But knowing me, I run to Google to do my own research. And when I went to Google and typed in earthquake in Jamaica today, it showed me, of course, that a earthquake hit this morning after 9, and it was of a magnitude of 4.5, and it was coming from 18 kilometers away from Kingston. Now that YouTuber is in Old Harbor, so without a doubt, you know that they're gonna feel it good because 18 kilometers from the shoreline is not far at all when it comes to an earthquake. No matter where you are close to that area, you are going to feel it and you're gonna feel it good. Yes, because they were saying of how badly their house was shaking. But I was wide awake. Whenever earthquakes normally come in, out of everyone in my family, I am the one who is always feeling it. Whether I'm lying down, whether I'm sitting up, whether I'm walking, I always feel them. And the last time I felt one, I was in my bed and my bed was shaking real bad. I felt the floor moved and everything. And other people in the house said that they did not feel it, so I don't know what causes that. Maybe some of us are more sensitive than some. I don't know. What do you guys think? So I was saying, this morning's earthquake I did not feel, and I was wide awake at that time. Maybe because I was feeling some pain and I wasn't focused. My mind was just on the little discomfort that I'm feeling. But then my sister, who lives in the same community with me, she called me and asked me if I felt the earthquake this morning. I said, no, I've heard about an earthquake, but it affects people in the Kingston area. I didn't feel any earthquake. She said, yes, man, I felt it. I felt the earthquake this morning, and I said it to my husband. I said, did you feel the earthquake? And her husband said, no. He did not feel it either. So I don't know what's going on with this earthquake thing. When it comes, no matter how strong it is or how weak it is, some of us will feel it and some of us won't. To be honest, I did not feel this morning's earthquake, but my sister felt it. So I'm saying then, the earthquake was 18 kilometers from Kingston and it was only 4.5 because the one that came before that was over 6, measured over 6, and that one caused quite a number of damage to buildings and so. And we all the way we're in the west, and it happened in the east, and my sister was able to feel it. So I can just imagine how frightening it was when those people was feeling their house shaking, because I was in a building one day in my town and an earthquake was happening, and the building that I was in, I was upstairs, and all the grills started shaking on the floor, and I didn't do anything more than just run I ran for the staircase, and no one could have told me to stay and don't move because I didn't want any concrete falling down on me. I couldn't survive that. I couldn't survive that unless it would have been divine intervention. And I ran until my breath was leaving my body to go out in the open in the parking lot, and stood there, and I was able to make a video, and I uploaded it to my Facebook about the earthquake and how everyone was panicking. And so I know that feeling an earthquake is not a nice feeling. Really not a nice feeling. It's very frightening. And normally when people feel it, they always talk about it. But what I'm saying is, why so many earthquakes over recent years? When I was young or when I was a child growing up, I wanted to know what an earthquake felt like because there wasn't any earthquake happening. We only read about earthquake and heard people talking about it, but we never get the opportunity to feel it until I didn't feel an earthquake until I was in my early 20s, and I was working downtown in my parish, and I was sitting on a stool and holding over my head on the counter in a pharmacy, and I felt the stool started to rock, and I asked everyone else if they felt that. I said this felt like an earthquake, and they said they didn't feel it either. You know, so I don't know what to say. Why so much earthquake is happening now? And all I can say is I'm praying that Jamaica does not get a big earthquake, because after an earthquake, we can get a tsunami. And we all know what a tsunami is. It could be a devastation, because when those waves starts to rise, and they can come far, very far inland, and wash away a lot of people and buildings, and it would be a total devastation. So I don't want to experience a much bigger earthquake than I already experienced, and I don't ever want to experience a tsunami. Jamaica is experiencing too many earthquakes these days, and it is scary. I don't know about you, but I find it very scary. So yes, Jamaica experienced a 4.5 magnitude earthquake this morning, and I think that people in the Kingston area felt it stronger than every other parts of the island. So please give the video a like, leave a comment, let me know if you felt the earthquake this morning, this Friday morning, and yeah, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you for watching.